Hey Edward, it's me. I hope you guys are doing well in Florida. I wanted to go over with you this week some things that I need you to make sure that you take care of as far as science goes. Um, I looked at ways I can get you sort of FaceTimed or video chatted in. I just don't know if I have any opportunities where it's going to be a collaborative effort for some things. So I do apologize for that, but I'm hoping the following week we can make that happen. So when you go to my website, again, don't forget anything that's in bold is what I need you to make sure that you investigate. Now, what you see here on Monday is exactly what I had posted for Friday. So if you already went ahead and did those activities, then Monday pretty much is an off day for you. And again, for those, just print out the notes. I don't need copies of them. If you want to send me pictures of things to show me that you've done them and have me look over them for accuracy, I have no problem doing that. But again, it's whatever works easiest for you. So on Tuesday, the class is going to be doing a virtual lab. And so if you're using your tablet, I don't know if you have an app called Puffin. All right, it looks like it has a penguin type bird on it, but it reads Adobe Flash, which is what you're going to need. If you have a laptop, no problemo. But if you have, if you're using your tablet for this, then it's really important that you download an app. It's free. It's called Puffin, and it will read Adobe Flash. Okay, so on Tuesday is a virtual lab, and I know you probably don't have access to a printer where you are, which is perfectly fine. So you have a couple of options. You could open up the document and save it to your Google Drive and type in answers that way if you want to. Or what I really need is your answers to some questions, and so I'll show you how to do that. So when you go into the virtual lab, we're basically going to test water quality in varying locations, the city, a lake, a mountain, things like that. So if you get stuck or need to read, over here on the left of the screen, you can see that there are descriptions of what you're supposed to do. Okay, it's describing metals, if you find metal in your water, pesticides, things like that. And so I'm going to go through exactly what you're supposed to do so we can show you what's going on. Down here at the bottom, let me move my screen a little bit. Down here at the bottom, there is a journal. So if you click on the journal button, it actually takes you to where you can type in responses. If you want to type in these are the questions that I need you to answer. So what I would say is type in an answer here. Even when you exit out or click an X like that, it'll save your responses. But what I would say that you could do for each of these is type in an answer, copy and paste it into a Google Doc, and then just share that Google Doc with me, and then that way I know that I have your data. Okay, if you want to keep track of your data as you go, you certainly are more than welcome to do that, but I think you'll get a good understanding just by simply going through the lab itself, not necessarily documenting any data. Okay, so we're going to test the city water first. Okay, so when we click test, it gives us the results of the city water, and then it tells us what range is actually safe. Okay, so if we take a look here, the acidity pH, we got a result of 4, but we want the pH to be between 6.5 and 8.5. So we know we have to fix the acidity level. Okay, metals, we need to have less than 1.3. We're well below that. Coliform bacteria, we're at 13 per 100 milliliters. We need it to be 0. Okay, coliform is like fecal matter. It's disgusting, it's gross, but sometimes that does get into the water. Pesticides, we need a really low, less than 0.04. We're well within that range. And nitrates, we want to be less than 10. We're at 0.8. So we need to fix the pH, and we need to get rid of this coliform bacteria. So down here at the bottom, if I click acidity, it tells me water with a pH level lower than 7 is acidic, which we know that. We have to add sodium hydroxide to the water. Okay, so if I click here and go to treatment, I have these little wheels. If I click on it, it tells me what it'll add to the water. Okay, so we have to add sodium hydroxide. So that's that one. So if I click that once, the green light comes on to show that I've added that. We also need to fix the coliform bacteria. So if I click bacteria, it tells me that I have to add chlorine at the beginning of the treatment and at the end. Okay, so if I go here to treatment and there's chlorine at the end, and chlorine there, and if I click this little lever, it'll tell me my water, weird music, but it'll tell me now that my water is safe to drink. Okay, so if I return to the lab, I'm going to do that for different samples. So if I go to my journal, the first question says, what contaminants were found in the surface water samples? What contaminants were found in the groundwater? Okay, and as you go through this, all right, as you go through these different things, you're going to see, okay, surface water samples are going to be things like the mountain, a lake, all right, things like that. Groundwater are things that are going to be in water, like well. All right, the well is going to be groundwater. Everything else is going to be surface water. Okay, so it's really important. Again, I need you to complete the lab. I don't need your data. In fact, when I am going to look at and see do kids have a grasp of this, I'm not looking at the data. I'm actually looking at the answers to the questions that you have there. Okay, so that's on Tuesday. You don't finish it all in one day. Finish it up on Wednesday, and then if you click right here, you're going to do a little check-in, okay? A couple questions related to water quality, okay? On Thursday, students are going to be looking at the healthiness of water by something called bioindicators, basically what's living in the water. That determines, gives us another indication as to the water quality, okay? So for that, there are these little cards that you can click on down here. If you click on that link, it's going to take you to basically just slides, okay? So how to play, you're basically looking at a key to determine the 10 water samples if they're good or not, okay? So here is your indicator. If these things are in abundance in your water supply, good healthy water supply. If you have these, it's moderate. If you have these, we need to make sure we're doing something to clean the water. Okay, so what you would do is you would look at water sample A, and you would compare what's in here to that little cheat sheet, that red, yellow, green card, and you would determine is water sample 1 healthy or not. Okay, for this, again, put it on the same document as your lab questions if that's what you're going to choose to do, and then just turn it into me all at one time. You don't have to turn the lab in when you complete it. You can turn these things in all at the end of the week. Okay, on Friday, students are going to take a quiz. All right, so we'll have a little quizzy poo. I think their quiz is going to be paper pencil. I will send you an electronic copy of the quiz where you can simply select your answers and then submit it digitally. So I hope you have a great week. Miss you. And again, I'm trying to find a way that I can get us FaceTime with kids at school, but it might have to be next week. All right, take care, kid.